Hi again. I totally realized I forgot to talk about our trip. I was watching the playthrough and I was like, oh, I mentioned our trip and I didn't talk about it. I was cleaning up what I was doing and listening. Okay, I'm trying to make this short and sweet. I didn't really take that many pictures because we only went to the convention center and to the hotel. We didn't do really anything else. And if you're not interested, that's fine. But yeah, in case you're curious, I will show a couple pictures I have from the trip here. This was our booth. Let me see. We had a little 10 by 10 booth that we set up. Normally we have tablecloths, but this time we forgot them, so that happens. It's life, you move on. Usually we get a 10 by 20, so it's double this size, and we have a lot more stuff out on display to people to buy. It went really well. It was our first time ever going to this convention. And then, so we went up there Wednesday night, and I worked Thursday and Friday at the hotel. Devin worked on Thursday, and then Thursday evening we both went and we set up the convention. And then Friday he took the day off and worked the convention all day because it started on Friday. And then we both worked on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, we worked it until 3 o'clock and then it closed. So on Friday night, I think, I'm pretty sure, we went to Cotton Patch. I don't know if I've ever eaten there or if they have one by you, but it's like this Southern style restaurant. They do like comfort food and things like that. And it's not a type of food that we eat very often because Devin has a gluten allergy, so he can't really eat like bread or pasta or breaded items. But usually when we go on trips, it's kind of hard to accommodate that. Like he doesn't have an allergic reaction where his face explodes or he has anaphylactic shock, nothing like that. He just gets a headache. I mean, it's still bad, don't get me wrong. He gets a headache, he might break out a little bit, and he doesn't like it. But at the same time, when we're out and we're out of town and we don't know where our local restaurants, like, it can be hard to accommodate that. And sometimes it can be really expensive to be eating while we're on a trip or having to pay for everything, So Cotton Patch is pretty affordable, and we both got something that was probably pretty bad for us, but we were not in the mood to care. So this is what we got for dinner that night. It was delicious. I got chicken fried steak, potatoes, and a little like squash casserole, and he got broccoli, green beans, and that's gravy and barbecue sauce right there. But what he got was a fried brisket. Country fried brisket. Oh my god, I had a bite of it. Holy moly. First of all, if you ever had brisket's amazing. Second of all, fried brisket, neither one of us had ever had it before. And he was very like, it was delicious. It was so good. Chicken fried steak was better, but it was good. And then on Saturday, we saw some pretty cool cosplayers, so people that are dressed up in costume. So this is Devin and a guy dressed up as Master Roshi, which is from Dragon Ball. Thought it was cool. He did a really good job. And you can see this was like what the area looked around in front of us. So that's what the area looked like behind them. And then this is Devin with a picture with this father and daughter that were dressed like characters from a video game called BioShock. It was really cool. It was really impressive. Very cool. And then here's one with me. I am a huge sci-fi fan. I love Star Wars and Star Trek and Stargate. Oh my god, if you've never seen Stargate SG-1, you are missing out. It is the best show ever made, okay? I love that show. And sadly, there was not any Stargate cosplayers there that I saw, but I have seen Stargate cosplayers before, and I freaked out. But this time, I saw a Mandalorian cosplayer, and I loved it. It was great. You took a picture with me. I was wearing my Baby Yoda shirt. You can't really tell in the picture I was wearing it, but yeah. It was so cool. He was a very tall guy. I'm 5'5", so 5'5". Anyway, but yeah. And then on Sunday, they had some snacks that were like Japanese snacks, and one of them was a melon bread. I never had that before, so Devin got me one. It was really good. And that's all the pictures I have. But if you were interested in knowing anything else about it, the chaos that happened, I will say, so the first night when we got there Wednesday, we left here after work, and so we left the house at like 7, 8 maybe, I think it was more like 7. Stopped and got something to eat for dinner, and then we started driving up there to Round Rock, which from where I live to Round Rock is about 2.5, 3 hours. And we stopped a couple times, so it takes a little bit longer. And we get there around midnight. Everything's good. Like, it's like 11:30, midnight, you know, and we're like, okay, we still have a little bit of time before we're like exhausted and have to go to sleep for work. Like, we knew it was going to be a late night, okay? Because usually we go to bed around 10. We go to bed early. But we get to the hotel, and we had booked a hotel that had a little kitchenette because we were going to be there for so many days. So we were like, okay, well, if I can cook lunch while we're there, or dinner even, or something just to help save a little bit of money on dinner prices everywhere. No. That hotel was a disaster. Like, the people were so nice, but I'm sorry, I shake the camera. I'm gonna drink a cup of my coffee, so hold on one second. The people were nice, but the first room they took us, now I don't smoke, and I have nothing against people that do smoke, that's their business, but I have extreme allergies, and so does Devin, and he's asthmatic. The first room they tried to put us in was a smoke room, and I was like, this is not going to work. So they changed us rooms. The second room, the air condition didn't work. I went and told the lady at the front. She thought I was crazy, and I was like, I'm sorry, but it doesn't. She sent the general manager up there. Well, he came up there. He couldn't get it to work. And then he was like, let me move you to another room. And that room smelled like smoke too. And I was like, and he could even smell it. And we were like, okay, no. And then he finally found another room that was going to be perfect. It had air conditioning work, no smoke smell, all this stuff. Fourth room. By this point, it was almost 2 a.m. It was like 1:40 or 1:30. And he was like, well, I was like, well, I need the key so Devin and I can move our luggage from one room to the other. And he was like, oh, well, let me go down, because we were on the second floor. He was like, let me go down and get it. I'll be back. I was like, okay. Just go wait in the room with the non-working air condition. Well, I don't know if any of y'all have been to Texas. It's hot here. Even in the winter, it's hot here. So it was 80 degrees in the room. With no airflow, so it was really hot. I'm always naturally hot all the time anyway, so I was like dying, and so was Devin, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And we were sitting there, and we were waiting, and the guy never comes back, and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, what is going on? Well, after about 30 minutes, I say to Devin, I'm like, do you want me to call the front desk and say, hey, where's our key? And he's like, no, give me a minute. And I'm like, okay. He booked us a different hotel because we were so frustrated. We went downstairs. Our luggage was still in the luggage cart. We go downstairs. We told him, sorry, it's not you. It's just all these problems y'all are having. We're going to go ahead and go. And the lady was like trying to get us to stay and give us a different room and I was like, no, we booked another hotel room. We are leaving. Like, on top of all those issues, we had issues with parking. Like, there was all kinds of problems. Anyway. We leave there, we go to the next hotel. It was amazing. It was so much better. It still had a kitchenette, which was nice, but it was so much better. So that was the first chaos. Like, just to start the event off with chaos. And then on Friday night, since Devin worked the event without me, after work he wanted me to Uber over to the place. I have never ridden an Uber ever. Alone, with someone, never. Like, I've never used Uber for anything. The one time I've tried to use Uber was when we were in San Antonio, I believe. And because of the event center we were at was so big, where he tried to pick me up, and, well, it was a group of us. Where the guy tried to pick us up and where we were at were not the same. And we couldn't find each other. So it was just chaos then. So this time I was like, okay, we are at one hotel. It will be fine. He can pick me up. The Uber driver will know where to go. Okay. If I put the right little marker. Okay. The Uber driver got there. I got in the Uber, no problem. He was a nice guy. The only issue we had was a communication barrier. He did not speak very much English. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but very, very little. And I understand it better than I speak it. And I haven't taken a Spanish class in 12 years. So, I am like, okay. And I'm just, quietly sitting there. And all of a sudden, I'm watching the directions on my phone to the center, to the convention center. Because I don't know how to get there either. Because I don't live there. And I'm making sure, we're going to the right spot. Well, he all of a sudden turns and goes the wrong way. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. Maybe there's another direction to get there. All right, no big deal. And then he turns to me and he's like, am I supposed to go straight or turn left? Or turn or go straight? And I'm like, I don't live here. Like, I don't know. So I told him, I think I go straight because I'm looking at my directions too. And he's like, okay, so, but they're very hard to understand each other. He gets in the lane to go straight, and we go straight, and then there's another part of the directions, and this is all through construction and 5 o'clock traffic. Like, it is chaos everywhere around us. He's driving like I would say I'm not a reckless driver, but I drive like, I get where I'm going. I pay attention, I'm safe, that kind of thing. Some people will be on their phone. I don't do that. He was on his phone while driving and speeding. Okay. With a passenger in the back seat. Okay. I know they have the right to give rides to whoever they want to, but I was polite, I was nice. I did not expect a chaotic Uber driver, okay? Anyway, he takes a wrong turn. We end up going downhill. It's very hilly there. We end up going downhill and we need to go uphill, and he like panics and turns like into a some drive-through of I think a Freddy's or something like that, some kind of fast food drive-through, the wrong direction. And then when he turns so hard, the little thing holding his phone up on the dash fell off. His phone went flying to the floor. Like, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And I'm sitting in the back seat like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Okay. And we eventually get to the place he's trying to take me to. But this whole time I'm like texting Devin like updates, like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. It took me like 45 minutes or 50 minutes to get from our hotel to the event center, which was only like a 15-minute drive without traffic. It was insane. But yeah, after that, the rest of the weekend went fine. Those are the two big chaos things, in case anybody is curious about life chaosness going on. There's that. The most interesting thing about when we go to conventions is usually what happens when we're there, either the people or things out of our control, like this. All of that was out of our control. So anyway, I babbled on for 15 minutes about this. So thank you very much for watching again. And I'm going to insert this at the very end of the video. So if you don't want to watch it, no big deal. Or I might just upload it as a second little clip if anybody wants to cares to watch it. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you again. Bye bye.